Listen, so this year we are reaching our goals and we are growing in our faith. This year will be your best year yet. This year we will thrive. So, starting with tip number 1, you are going to be setting your goals with God. Okay? Proverbs 16, verse 3 says, "Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed." So, with this being said, we need to bring our plans to God. So, what does this mean in a practical sense? That means you are going to be doing a rough draft. You're going to need a paper, a pen, your phone, the note section, wherever it may be, that you are going to write down your goals for the 2025 year. Now, because you are bringing your request to the Lord, you need to kind of take some time to not only bring it to Him, but allow Him to speak back to you so that you can receive that direction. So this is going to be done through prayer. This is going to be done through fasting if you need to. You need to be spending time with the Lord and being in His presence so that you can hear back from Him on what He may want you to do. Now, this part is going to be very important because the plans can change. We all know that God laughs at our plans. You may have one plan and He has another set of plans. So, I'm going to need you to be patient. This step is actually probably the longest step because it can take you a week, it can take you 2 weeks, a few days, to hear back from the Lord. It can also be immediately. Maybe you get the confirmation, the reassurance. Maybe you're just filled with peace that lets you know what? The goals that I have are in alignment with where God has me in this season. So, number 1, recap, we are going to be planning with God. We are going to create a rough draft, present our requests and our goals to the Lord, spend time in the Word, in prayer, and in fasting, okay? And we are going to be seeking His response back to our goals, okay? Proverbs 16, verse 9 says, "We make plans, but the Lord determines our steps." So I just wanted to share with you, Bible, honey, on this channel is never my opinion. It's what the Word of God says, okay? So Proverbs 16, verse 9 says, "We make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps." So this is why you need to bring your requests to the Lord, because you don't want to be making plans and He has a whole nother, set of plans for you. And now you just really wasted your time. The only person whose time was wasted was your own. So to make sure that you are in alignment, bring your request to the Lord. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I shared that verse with you. All right. So step number 2, this is where it gets even more practical. And now you're going to be actually rewriting the plans that you have received from the Lord, that you have confidence and have been given the green light to move forward in. Okay, so for you, this can look like several different things. This can be a vision board where you take lots of different pictures and you kind of like display it on a poster board, kind of giving a little arts and crafts style. Or this can be a prayer board where you have a board with different envelopes for your different requests, and you literally write out your prayer to the Lord and what you want, regarding those particular topics for the 2025 year. Or you can even do it old school where you have a dry erase board and you really just kind of like write out your goals on this dry erase board. Or you can even keep it very simple and just write your goals in the notes section of your phone. So however way you decide to do this is completely up to you. But what is going to be very important is that you actually write it down, okay? You have to write it down. You have to write it down so that it can be official, honey. It can be official. You need to write it down. Okay? So now the third step is going to be creating systems. James 2, verse 26 says, faith without works is dead. Alrighty. So with that being said, you have the goals. You don't just leave them there. Now you actually have to create practical steps on how you are going to make this happen. You really need to take the time to sit and strategize on how you are going to implement your goals. This can mean making some adjustments to your life, maybe switching up some habits, setting some alarms on your phone, having to buy an agenda or a notebook. It can be a lot of different things. So I'm just going to give you a few examples. Let's say one of your goals for the year is to be more organized, right? And to have more time to do the things you need to do to decrease your stress. We all know that we have 24 hours in a day. Okay, so with that being said, if you're trying to increase your productivity and decrease your stress, it's going to mean that you have to be more organized. So this may mean that you have to wake up early. So now it's not good enough to simply say, okay, my goal is to wake up more early, because you know why you need to wake up early, to do the things that you need to do. No, you need to really sit and think, okay, this means that I need to go to bed early. I know myself, I know my body. I need 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Everybody is different. You determine how much sleep that you need. This is going to help you determine how early you need to get to bed and when you actually can wake up. Now, some people, maybe they wake up at 4 a.m. Some people wake up at 5 a.m. Maybe the things that you need to do requires you to wake up at 4 a.m., especially if you already have a traditional 9 to 5. So if you know, okay, I need to wake up at 4 a.m. to get these things done, that means you need to be going to bed probably by like 8 or 9 o'clock, right? Okay, so now we have gone through that process. This is not a habit that you have. This is all new. These are new strategies and habits that you're trying to implement in your life so that you may find success in the things that you need. Now, how are we going to take this a step further to ensure that we are successful in waking up to do the things that we need to do? Honey, you're going to have to set an alarm on that phone. Set an alarm on your phone to know when to start winding down. So you know, okay, let me start cleaning up. Let me start getting ready to take a shower. Let me mentally prepare myself that I am getting ready to go to bed. And then, because this is new, like I said, you also need to set an alarm to get up. Whether it's an alarm on your phone, you put the phone in the bathroom to force you to get up, or you can even buy a separate alarm that you put at the side of your bed to help you get up. As you can see, it wasn't, suffice to just say, my goal is to wake up earlier so I can do the things that I need to do. You need to, number one, set out that goal and then strategize with a step-by-step process on how you're going to actually reach that goal and actually, find success in that goal. So, coming up with a strategy is going to be the third tip or step to reaching your goals this 2025 year. And the last step I want to share with you is to make sure that you are putting God first. Having goals is very good. It's nothing wrong with that. We should have goals. God didn't put us on this earth for us to just twiddle our thumbs and do nothing. We should have goals, but be very mindful to not make your goals a priority. That even if it's inadvertently, that now you have found yourself idolizing your goals and neglecting God. Matthew 6, verse 33 says, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added on to you. And this is a beautiful verse. A lot of the times when we have goals and we're setting out to accomplish certain things, and we refer to this verse, Matthew 6, verse 33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God and all these things shall be added on to you. But they forgot that part in the middle where it says, and his righteousness. Okay, so this is where you have to be making sure that you're doing your part, that you are being obedient, that you are spending time in the word, spending time with God, making sure that you are living a righteous and holy life, and trust and believe with faith and you doing your part, right? That the Lord has already gave you confidence and assurance that all these things shall be added on to you. So just make sure to keep God at the center of it all, even in the midst of trying to accomplish our goals. And lastly, I want to leave you with a little word of encouragement. Sometimes I know when we're trying to reach our goals and accomplish the things that we have in our heart, especially when things start to not roll the way that we had planned or not kind of play out the way we expected it to, we can find discouragement, and that can cause us to completely quit. You know, you started off with this fire in the beginning of the year, and it's like quarter to mid-year, and you have completely quit. Like you're not even putting forth any effort to make those goals a reality. I wanted to leave you with Galatians 6, verse 9. It says, do not grow weary of doing good, and due season you will reap. So if you believe that your God is a God of his word and that the Bible does not lie, continue to be obedient, to continue to be faithful, right? And achieving your goals and trusting God, and trust that in the right season, you will reap. You will see the fruits of your labor. I hope you guys found this helpful. I would love to know, what are some of your goals for the new year? Which tips are some of the things, or I would love to know which tip you will be implementing and helping you reach your goals this 2025 year. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, honey, so that they can also find a very blessed, successful, and thriving 2025. All right, you guys. Ciao.